Okay.
All right, everyone. Welcome to BBB Trust Talks. My name is Carla Laird. I'm the manager for community and public relations at BBB serving mainland BC. My co-host and event facilitator is Purna Sharma, and she is our marketing and events coordinator.
Hi, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's episode.
So it's a bittersweet day as we are now at the 11th and final episode of our BBB Trust Talks. However, we are excited to wrap up this series with an amazing business story from the oldest accredited business we featured throughout this month so far. If this is your first time watching BBB Trust Talks, better late than never, and welcome to our community. As part of our Small Business Month celebrations, BBB has been connecting with some of our accredited small business owners across the province to learn more about their businesses, hear about their experiences as entrepreneurs, and to find out more about the teams that support their day-to-day operations. To catch up on the last 10 episodes, just search Better Business Bureau serving mainland BC on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and even YouTube, and you'll get unlimited access to all the previous recordings. Now, if you live in the Metro Van area, at least once for the day, you are likely to see a fiery red truck with big white block letters. It's the bold, distinguished signature for one of the most recognized plumbing companies in our province, Milani Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, whose headquarters are based in Burnaby. Joining us to share more about the company is Vern Milani. Hi, Vern. Welcome to BBB Trust Talks, and thank you for taking the time to chat with us today.
Hi, Carla. Well, thank you for asking me to talk. I appreciate it and very honored to be doing so.
Awesome. So, Vern, why don't you start things off by introducing yourself to our viewers?
Well, my name's Vern Milani, and I've been in the plumbing business and heating and air conditioning business since I was 8 years old. I started with my dad since I was 8, and we're here. Our location is in Burnaby, and we specialize in servicing, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning, and also retrofits, installations of furnaces, boilers, and air conditioning units.
Wow, 8 years. That's crazy. When we checked the BBB business profile for Milani Plumbing, we saw where the company first started on January 1st, 1956, first day of a new year. That's definitely not a common occurrence. People start the year with New Year resolutions, but you guys started a business. What's the story behind the birth of Milani Plumbing and settling on the name we all know and recognize today?
Well, first of all, my father started it in 1956, and that just happens to be the day, well, not the day, but the year I was born. So it's an easy one for me to remember. But my father started, he used to actually work in the railway for 10 years. And what he would do is at nighttime, in those days, they were installing infrastructure in Vancouver, sewer lines, and people had septic tanks. And so he would go after work, knock on people's doors and ask them if they needed someone to dig their sewer lines out. And that's how the business started. So, every day, after work, he'd do that. He was, it's a difficult job too, because in those days there was no machines. This was all hand digging.
Right.
So that's the inception. That's how it all started.
Wow. And I also observed on your social media, you sometimes share photos with us, of the old city and everything. It's so interesting to see them.
Yes. Well, when he started, he was taking a trolley car. So he would throw his pick and shovel in a burlap sack, take the trolley car and go from job to job. So yes, that's been around, long times.
Yeah, it's nice for us newcomers to see these old archives.
Exactly.
I know Vancouver is a beautiful city we live in too. We're very fortunate. I was blessed to have been born here too. So it's great.
Absolutely. Milani Plumbing is a family-owned business, like you just said, that your father started. One of the challenges many entrepreneurial parents have is getting their children to buy into the dream of continuing and building on the legacy of the business they create. Were you always planning to be a business owner, or also, why did you decide to become an entrepreneur?
Well, it's not something that really kind of just came to me one day that I wanted to be in the business. But, since I was working with my father from a very young age, I grew to really like it. I really enjoyed, we had a little store on Kingsway in Burnaby. I enjoyed coming there, after school and, dealing with customers, with people, helping them. I enjoyed working with my hands and, so when it finally came time to choose what I wanted to do, it came naturally, and it's just something that kind of you know went together. And actually, I'm very blessed because I have two of my boys, two of my boys that are working with the company also now. So
Oh,
they're
that's
doing
great. You're
yeah,
continuing the
last five
legacy.
years. Yes, yeah, you bet. Definitely, we're very very blessed.
So for your sons, do you put them or integrate them in all the different areas of the company, or it's a case where they kind of just know everything?
Well, they kind of started the hard way too, because what I coming from that background, what I did is during their summer holidays, they would have to go and dig trenches, ditches. Uh, so they did that from grade 10 on, and actually also went to plumbing school and took an apprenticeship. So they went through that also. Yeah, and
Yeah,
yeah.
you're really into the
No
business.
easy way for the kids either. You have to learn and go through the school of hard knocks to be able to appreciate, all the hard work. We're like I said, we're also blessed with our staff. We have great people and a lot of hardworking people. So you got to learn from the bottom up to be able to
I think
appreciate.
that's an excellent principle. So January 1st, that's coming up for 2021, is going to make, I think, 65 years since your company has been in business.
That's
And
right.
if you're thinking about it from the grand scale of things, that's over 6 decades of service to British Columbians, which is just absolutely mind-blowing. What would you say has contributed to the success and endurance of your business?
Well, we have core values, and our core values are pipe. So, being professional, having integrity, delivering what you promise you're going to deliver. Uh, Passion for what you do. You got to be passionate. I always say, if you're passionate about something, it's going to show in how you
Yeah.
deliver it. And the last item, the E, is empathy. Empathize with your customers. We all kind of have things that happen in our homes, and we need help. So you don't want to be empathetic to people.
Absolutely. With such a long history in the plumbing and heating industry, moving from your father as the head of the company to you now serving as its president, there is no doubt that the company has been, has seen growth and changes over the last 64 years. Share with us what products and services you offered and the areas you served when the business just started compared to what you offer and your service areas now.
Well, when we originally started, we actually had a store and on Kingsway that sold parts, and we were doing a lot of supplies, and we were just doing sewer lines and drainage work. So over the years, as things changed and the houses changed and people started getting more efficient and better heating systems. I mean, some of the older heating systems were on oil here, and in fact, some people had wood burning stoves in their houses.
Wow.
So yeah, that was kind of before my time when my father started. But so we've just become more efficient with the boilers and the furnaces, conserving energy and all the new controls that they have, and um, so we've just grown with the industry and with times around us, and did that with air conditioning also. We added the heating and the air conditioning in the last, say, 30 years.
Okay. Yeah. So are you only servicing Burnaby right now, or have expanded now?
We've expanded. Oh yes, in the beginning it was Vancouver and Burnaby, but in the last 35, 40 years we do the complete Lower Mainland,
Okay.
and we are going to be opening up in Kelowna also. Just
That's
yeah,
awesome.
coming
Oh,
in the
that's nice.
next year.
Awesome. We all know that COVID-19 has been both a health and an economic crisis as well. Was your business negatively impacted in any way when the pandemic hit?
Well, I'll tell you, it's been very difficult for everyone. As you know, no one was expecting COVID, and it really kind of was something that we had to really actually analyze all the aspects of it to be able to come up with a plan to implement, to first of all protect our staff, and of course also protect our customers at the same time. And as you know, we're an essential service, so you have to have plumbing. You need water. You need clean water. You need to have your drains working. You need heat. So we were fortunate from that perspective, but we definitely had to adopt a lot of different policies and procedures. From we always have worn booties, but we also implemented gloves, masks, disinfectant that kills all the bacteria, no contact service for our customers to make sure that we were keeping them safe also. So look, there's a lot of different things that we had to do. Yeah.
Did you find that transition challenging?
It was not easy, but and it was challenging. But you know what? It's just something that we had to do. So, very blessed again, like I said, with our staff, they adopted it, and full force went in and understood that we need to keep our customers happy and comfortable in their homes. So we implemented everything, and it's all going very smoothly.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Wow. 64 years in business is no small feat. That in itself is extremely noteworthy. But for our viewers watching right now, what makes Milani Plumbing unique when compared to others in the plumbing industry?
Well, I guess, there's a reason we've been around for so long and that we've been growing so much. I mean, we're over 100 trucks on the road right now, and it's the quality service. We give our customers quality service. We give them value. The people that we have working with us, we have great people, experienced people. And, in service, people need somebody, boom, like that. So we're quick to give them that fast, fair, reliable service, and just the basic principles of that.
Yeah. If we stay in this theme of, factors that make businesses stand out to consumers, I think one thing that always comes up is whether or not they give back or support the communities they serve. I mean, I know that you guys are actively involved in your community, but share with us how Milani Plumbing has supported the community over the years.
Well, it's very important. We are blessed to live in such a beautiful province, beautiful cities, Vancouver, Burnaby, all the Lower Mainland. So, I think that we all need to give back, and time, money, anything that we can do to help others. So we have a number of charities that we support. Children's Hospital, and there's many more. Also of time, I've been on the board of directors, and in fact, I'm on again for Burnaby Hospital. This is important to be able to support your community with time, and also giving what you can. So yeah, very important.
Yeah, and I'll even throw in where you gave us space to do our shred event so that the public could come and dispose of their documents safely. So I
Thank
definitely
you. Yes, that was a great charity, and that was love doing that.
Absolutely. And we look forward to the next shred event as well.
Anytime. I'm always there to help, and it's important that we all give. We're very lucky. Absolutely.
One of the best ways for a business to stand out is to become BBB accredited. I saw on your BBB business profile that Milani Plumbing has been accredited since 1967. This was one of the decisions your dad made while he was running the business, but interestingly, it was something you also saw the need to continue once you took over. Share with us why he made that decision in the first place and why BBB accreditation is still important to you today.
Well, BBB really is, about ethical business. And in this day and age, there has to be guidelines. And with the BBB, they actually have guidelines for businesses that are part of the BBB. So this is the best way for our consumers to be able to feel comfortable with people that are coming into their home and products that they're buying. So I was very happy that he did that, and that's the reason I continued that, because we need that. We need that in our society.
Yeah, definitely. Being in business for over 60 years, like we talked about, is no easy task. What would you say is the most difficult issue or even challenge you faced as a business owner?
Wow. Well, in the beginning, it was, balancing that family life, because, what happens is, it does take a lot of your time, when you're building business. So, I mean, when I started with my dad, we had 2 trucks. And so, as I got married and as I started having a family, it was a little challenging, balancing the time. But over the years now, it's gotten better. I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. I have my wife to thank, and my family. I want to thank Nicole for being such a great support, and also the kids. All I have 3 children. They're very, one of them is a psychologist, so she's able to analyze us, and the other 2 are with the family business. So yeah, that would probably be the challenge, I would say, to people, the number one challenge for us. But like I said, it's gotten better now, and I'm very, very happy, like I said, to have their support.
Right, absolutely. If you had one piece of advice for a new or potential business owner out there, what would it be?
Well, I go back to our core values, passion in what you do. So you've got to love what you do, and just love helping people. That is such a key component, because that's going to actually show in everything that you do and how you do it, and show in all the people that you work with. So if there's one thing that I would say to anyone is, have passion, do what you enjoy, and that will show, and it'll grow.
Yeah, I love that. My brother, I found it interesting that you shared that your sons had to go to plumbing school, because my brother actually finished studying to become a plumber and got his red seal recently.
Oh wow, great! That's great. We need more people in the blue collar field. I'll tell you, going back to challenges, that probably would be another challenge out there, because what happens is a lot of people are going into the tech business,
Yeah.
and they're all great, but they're more white collar jobs, and less people are working with their hands. So we need good tradespeople, and it's great that he's doing that, because it can be very rewarding. It's they're very well paid now, and they're in high demand.
Yeah. It's interesting because listening to you talk about how you ended up in that business or in this trade altogether, it sounds exactly like him. He loves using his hands. He saw where this was an opportunity for him to do something that it could also be beneficial, well paid, and it's a decent profession, right?
Oh
So
yes.
during that time, when he was studying, he would share details with me, as his sister, about, the things he's learning. So for instance, the importance of proper plumbing work in a building, because otherwise it could actually negatively impact the integrity of the property. And if that happens, you're looking at costly repairs because of things like flooding, and then external damage to other fixtures and items in the home. So with all of that, and then listening to all the consumers that complain from time to time about their horror experiences because they dealt with an inexperienced or uncertified tradesman, or even a fly-by-night business, and ended up pretty much spending money for a bad job. What tips would you give to a consumer shopping around in the industry right now?
Well, those are very great points because, water can create a lot of damage. If
Yeah.
you have a leaking pipe, your walls, can start, deteriorating. You can get mold in the house. There's floods. You damage all of your furniture, your carpets. So a lot of damage can happen. And even with heating, furnaces and gas. I mean, it can cause explosions. It can, you can get carbon monoxide that which is dangerous. It can kill
Yeah.
people. So just, get a reputable company, check with the BBB, go, see who's accredited because that they've gone through the screening process. And make sure that they've been, around for a few years so that that they're going to stand behind their work. There's a reason that people are accredited and people are in business for a number of years. So that's very, very important.
That's great. Thank you so much for those tips there. One, as we bring this interview to an end, aside from visiting bbb.org to review Milani Plumbing's business profile, how else can consumers get in touch with you?
Well, they can phone us. We've got an easy number to remember. It's 604-888-8888. So just remember the eights. So they can phone anytime. We're open 24 hours for our call center. At nighttime, being in plumbing, you have to have emergency services.
Yeah.
So we're always available there. You can email us, at milani.ca, info@milani.ca. We have a chat line, so we're available through all the conventional.
Yeah. Plus social media, which you guys are always on, very active.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really admire how this business has grown, how you continue to serve consumers from all walks of life. So it's definitely, I think, an absolute way to bring our Trust Talk series to a close today. It was absolutely amazing hearing you talk about your story, listening to how a long-standing accredited business has stood the test of time, and how you've managed to show us today that you are a tangible example of how dedication, exceptional service, and trust are crucial for the success of a business. And we can't forget passion. So I want to thank you so much, Vern, for taking the time to share the Milani Plumbing business story with us.
Great. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Perna. Appreciate that. And it's been a pleasure.
So to our viewers, we hope you enjoyed today's episode and that you will share this business story with your network. Of course, stay tuned to updates on our social media channels for our upcoming events and other activities we have lined up for you. Until then, keep safe, take care, and we'll see you again soon.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.